Boys and girls, welcome to Club Evil. I'm Evil Dick.
Evil Dick! Evil.
You're a devil in disguise is what you are. You're burning me on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. Why do they think that God gives a crap about what goes on in that house? And why do they think that he's going to part the Red Sea for them to the promised land? Didn't you watch last season? What they didn't show last season was me in the diary room praying to my God, Fred.
Like some young, tiny, small spaces. Evil Dick. These little gooey telltale.
Are you taking the cameras off of me?
Evil Dick.
And welcome back to RTV Zone here on Wednesday's episode. Interesting shit going on. We had a lot to talk about. And with me tonight, we have Mr. LaWonderful from last season, who is most famous for thinking he's getting superpowers and coming back into the game. Where only he got the super boot in his ass and was sent out the door when Brendan came back in again. And we have the most hated, one of the most hated house guests of all time, Mr. Ronnie Talbot.
Love it!
Who's more hated? Who's more hated, you, Maggie, or Natalie?
Ooh, tough call. You know, I would say probably Natalie, but I'm hoping to get that title from her someday.
I think Maggie would be up there with you guys, though.
Oh yeah, she'd be up
Maggie
there,
just
but
stays out of everything. Maggie has disappeared. She's not online. She's not does no social networking, no nothing. So yeah.
Is it that serious?
She just.
Well, I don't know if that's why, because
there was death threats.
They do.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, when I was in the house, when I put up Jeff, someone threatened to chop up my wife and put her in a sleeping bag and throw her in the Atlantic Ocean.
I think you told me that.
It's the Jeff fans. They're psycho. The psycho bitches.
Yeah, and we know that Shelley got death threats last season when she turned against Jeff and Jordan. There's there's serious people with serious issues, but most of our fans are great and wonderful people, or should I say, wonderful people. Okay. Now we know that last season it was Lawan who was the diary room screamer. This season you are well outdone by Joe.
Thank you. Now,
that motherfucker.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't understand. Well, first of all, yeah, I might have been hollering, but I was excited. You know, I was glad to go in the diary room. I don't know what his problem is. It's like, even when he's talking to people in the kitchen or face to face. Now, I wasn't that bad. Come on now. I know I might have hollered at you all and was like, woo, good morning. I'll never forget one time when I came in, you was like, you're too bright in the morning. When I was talking to you one day. But I mean, no, he'd be loud. He doesn't communicate well. I don't know what I can't get with him.
He just screaming because what the fuck with this guy? And then he's playing with that little strip of fucking. It looks like shit's dripped on. I think it's like.
And it's
I think he's in a kitchen. He's in the kitchen cooking, and I think a little drip of sauce went on his chin, is what it reminds me of.
Okay.
And everyone on the feeds, for Mr. Chef, they're saying that this motherfucker just does not wash his hands. He goes in, takes a poop, and then he's in the kitchen, cooking away. This is not the way you want to pitch yourself on, the millions of people as not washing your hands here.
And you're a
I'm gonna take both of you back. We're going back one episode, the episode before this one, to the coach's comp. This was the most. Oh my God, how do I even want to put it? This was the most sexually explicit, most ridiculous competition I ever saw in my life. Hold on. My name is Boogie.
No. This is no joke. When I saw, I'm going to be honest with you, their competitions are like way out of whack. I'm like, with the tongue thing and the bump with the hips and all this stuff. I'm like, okay,
the tongue thing was just I mean, everyone online is sitting there going, well, poor Dan's wife. We know that she's not getting very much tongue action down there, and even if she is, it's not very good. Hey, I'm not saying it. I'm just reporting it. It's not. But, I mean, that competition, are you fucking kidding me? Like, seriously. We all know that they lost Michael, right? Both of them know Michael Sullivan, okay? The people that are watching, more than likely, most of the people watching are the hardcore fans that subscribe to Dick at Night, and they know Michael Sullivan. If you don't know Michael Sullivan was with Big Brother since season 2. He put together all of the competitions for every season of Big Brother since season 2 up until last season. And Michael Sullivan was one of the producers that jumped ship and went to Glass House, jumped onto a sinking ship with Glass House, which got a 0.6 rating for the last episode, got murdered. And it's not even the adjusted rating. As a matter of fact, if you give me, no, I won't go look. I'm sure it was adjusted down, because what they do with Glass House is they lead the Bachelorette, and this week it was the Bachelor Pad. They let it run over. It's a 2-hour show. They let it run over by like 5 or 7 minutes in order to try to get the people to watch this piece of shit Glass House. So every week with the ratings will come out on Tuesday. Then normally on Wednesday they'll adjust them up or down depending on that, and they always go down. So my guess is that they're going to get like a 0.5 rating. And last season they canceled Expedition Impossible with a 1.1 average rating for the season. So they've been averaging, I think, like a 0.8 before the Olympics came on. This show you're never going to see again. So anyhow, we lost Michael Sullivan. By we, I'm saying Big Brother. The fans of Big Brother lost Michael Sullivan. The first couple of competitions I enjoyed. I thought they were very Big Brother-esque.
I like the first competitions,
even the Coaches Challenge with the stupid horse-looking thing where they're jumping over, they're going under.
That was still funny.
It was enjoyable. Right. Which is what Big Brother competitions are. They're stupid, they're silly, they're funny, they're funny visually. They're much harder than they look to be, but the last 2 competitions are complete and utter dog shit. The one where they look like they're sitting on a butt plug and then moving, or whatever the fuck that was. And this competition tonight, the veto tonight, was as bad as the veto was last season. That was neck and neck with Jeff and Adam rolling a ball from one side to the other side.
With the
It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Big Brother, step it up. Really. Seriously, step it the fuck up, because these are horrible. You've got to come up with some better competitions than this. This is just, this is way under what this should be. And we're going to talk about a lot of other things. Am I wrong in this assessment here? Well, who wants to take it? Ronnie, go.
I'll take it. Yeah, I like the competitions, like you're talking about the early ones. I like them. When I first saw the setup tonight, I thought it was going to be something like when Jeff and Adam and all them, when they tossed the ball up and down. I thought it was going to be something like that. Although, I guess I kind of like the premise of it. I don't like the execution, but I like the premise. Because I thought it was like that one season of Survivor where they had to keep catching the balls and loading it in the thing. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was the final challenge. It was kind of like that, sort of. But they should do something like that.
I thought this was just really weak. I like the theme. The circus theme. Even the outfits were kind of goofy. Brittany, I don't find Brittany funny this season. I didn't find her funny in her season, but I really don't find her funny in this season. I find
she's
her
paranoid.
snarky. Is she paranoid or is she just ridiculously stupid? Go ahead, LaJuan.
I don't think it's still. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm going by my season, and maybe it's because I'm just looking at it now from being on the show last season. I'm very hard on the house guests this year because I feel like they're not being themselves, and maybe it's just me. I'm finding it hard to like even attach myself to like this is my favorite, this is not my favorite.
Yes,
and I think it's because, and I'm just biased. I'm comparing it to our season, and I just feel like you had to step it up more, and I don't see that. Like I have a 93-year-old grandfather. I think I told the story, and he started being a fan last year when I was on the show. And he watches Big Brother at night, Big Brother Dark, because he said it was more interesting to him. And he said, DeJuan, he calls me DeJuan, not LaJuan. He said, DeJuan, it's not as interesting as it was before. He said, because, I don't know, he said, maybe you put the older players in there like they did with you, but make them show their personality because we all know them already. He said, but the new people on there this season, it's like he feels like they're being told to act. Now, this is from a 93-year-old who has not even watched Big Brother before I was on the show. So, I don't know. I just feel I find it hard to follow sometimes. Because it's like they have me all over the place trying to figure out who's with who and who wants to be with who. And you're trying to make them talk like this. Because I can tell when they're phony and fake. I can, just by being as looking at it as an audience. So, I don't know.
Well,
that's just me.
This season, like, came in like gangbusters with nothing but gameplay, and has been nothing but gameplay since. The problem is that I think that works in an all-star season because you already know the personalities, and you already like. They wouldn't be back if they weren't liked, right? Or hated, or whatever the case may be. You know them already. But without knowing the new people's personalities, you don't really get to know their personalities, which is a big thing about Big Brother. You know, that's the big draw to the show, is getting to know these people and getting to like them. And I haven't had a chance to like anybody, and I don't like anyone. I'm a fan of Janelle's because we're friends.
Exactly.
That's it.
And I'm being honest with you, and like you said, I didn't know about this, like, it's, not Jojo, the one with the tattoos. I just saw her, on Sunday?
Jen.
And we never knew about Jen, and I never knew, like, where is she at? Is she in the house still?
She's under the floorboards hiding.
Yeah, I'm like, where is she at? And all of a sudden, and look, then they give her gay moment. She talks about her, you know, being gay.
They try to make her more likable and give her this little segment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think part of the problem also with the people this season, and I mean, just because he's the first one that came to mind, I'm going to use Ian as an example. It seems like people are too concerned with being labeled a certain thing or being liked by America when they go in there. So instead of just being themselves and playing whatever game they want to play, they think, well, what's going to make America like me? Well, who gives a shit? Just be yourself.
Exactly. That's not going to help you win the game.
Nope.
So, you know, the boogie thing, dancing with Frank, chest bumping, doing the diary rooms. I really hope Frank leaves just to, you know, and America knows if you piss me off, I'm going to come back and get you. I mean, yes, that really happened in season 2, didn't it, Boogie? When you were voted out, third, fourth? What was it?
And see, you know, I guess I've never met Boogie. I have nothing against him, but I guess that's the thing people don't realize, and by people I mean America. They say so-and-so's a good player. So-and-so's a good player. Well, that may or may not be true, but what they don't freaking understand, and you guys do, when you're in that house, shit can get flip-flopped on you in no time, and it doesn't matter how good you are. Sometimes you just get handed your ticket and you're fucking out the door that fast.
Yeah.
Well, look at what's happening here in this season. In this season, I got this on the last page, so I don't want to get to it yet. We got a lot to get to. I wanted to talk about Brittany, her snarky, shitty diary room about Janelle. how she's like just talking shit about Janelle every chance she gets, and she's just coming off as a bitch, a two-faced bitch, really.
I'm a piggyback on that. I feel like that's a woman thing. That's just ladies. You know, women are like that, catty. That's the cattiness coming out. So that's why I feel like she's acting like that. And, you know, well, yeah, that's cattiness. You know, they want to have something.
This is what I like about Janelle. Janelle gets pissed off, and she'll, you know, the Friendship Alliance, you know, bye-bye, bitches. You know, fuck it. She got pissed at Bo. She's like, you whore, you little whore, fuck you. Take a walk, da-da-da-da-da. I'm waiting for the blow-up with Will, because it's gonna happen. She had the blow-up with her gay friend in season 6, right? She had the blow-up with Bo in season 6. She had the blow-up with Marcellus in season 7. It's just a matter of time.
It's so funny you say that. I said the same thing. I said, poor Will. I said to myself, poor Will. I said, he thinks that's his boo. He thinks that's his girl. Guess what? She gonna fuck you, baby. She gonna get you. Because it's obvious. It's so obvious. I mean, it is. I feel bad for him. I do. I feel bad for him. So I'm like, he doesn't even see it coming. He doesn't see it coming. Because like I said, he's in that house, you know, he's all like, woo, you know, like you said, if you're not in that house, you don't know what these people are going through. You don't even fathom America. Does not even fathom what we go through. But trust me, she's singing him line and singers. I am just waiting for the episode where she just goes all off on him. I'm serious.
And
I'm waiting for it.
It's just a matter of time.
And how great would it be, though, if she does that and he goes right back off on her? That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But, I mean, yeah.
But we're expecting that. But we're expecting, you know, Janelle to be like the more witty fuck you bitch than, you know, Will's going to be the more, you know, the drama, more drama.
Yeah.
But Will, let's talk about Will. Go ahead.
But do you think we say that because we know Janelle, or do we say that because, because it could go either way. You know what I mean?
Well, we've seen it with 2 seasons of Janelle.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So, you know, and I know Janelle, and I know these little fights that her and Marcellus have all the time. Right. You know, where she's like, he's such a little bitch, and, you know, then I called Marcellus out on something, and I don't know. I just kind of like haven't spoken to Marcellus since. Nice guy, but not my cup of tea, Marcellus. And if anybody wants to write him and stir some shit up, I don't give a fuck. He's not like Reagan. I don't hate Marcellus. I hate Reagan. That's a big difference. But going back to Will, could this guy... I think that Will is rivaling Enzo in horrible competitors of all time.
Really? Oh,
this guy just sucks. He sucks. Has he even come close to winning anything?
Well,
he remember the first one. He was Shane. Not Shane. When he next to Frank, when Frank won the HOH, it was him and Frank, right?
Yeah, it came down between him and Frank.
Right.
Which one was that?
The one that was HOH last week. Yeah.
Oh, the questions. Okay. Well, you know, if they come close, it doesn't mean shit. Enzo came close.
True.
And Enzo came close. Reagan, you know, beat him out, threw the CD and popped him on top of the head with Mayor McCheese, if you remember the OTEV competition. You know, and I said then, Enzo couldn't win a competition if Enzo was the only one in the competition. And I'm feeling this with Will. He was absolutely horrible, this competition. And let's talk about something else. LaJuan, you are the one with the crazy fashion sense. What did you think about his Captain Colin outfit today?
You know what? First of all, I cannot believe that they even let Jay wear that. I know with certain things that they told us we couldn't wear. One thing I'm also upset about is that these people are wearing writings on their shirts. We couldn't even do that when we were on our season. Now, Dick, you could have vouched for that. I never forget, we had this conversation too. And I was like, why can't I wear writing on my shirt? I remember that. I mean, it's like you guys are giving these people fashion credits, and y'all ain't let them even work the fashion. Y'all should have had that when I was on the season. I just cannot believe that they can walk around with their underwear. You got Shane wearing pink.
Yeah.
Now, come on, let's work with
Wait a minute. Wait, okay, hold on.
What is up with Shane? You know,
with
now
that
look,
pink
when I wore
girls
my pink,
top?
I wore well, trust me. But every time I turn around, he has a pink tank top, pink swim trunks, and I know they're not getting him to wear that all the time.
That's a woman's top. He's wearing a woman's top.
And he does that color intentionally.
You know what?
He does it all the time. This is the third or fourth episode I've seen him in that thing, and he wears it all the time. And now when he was saying, okay, we have Janelle. Hold on, we have Janelle saying, "I will give you my wedding ring to hold if you think I'm lying." As a matter of fact, I have some Chanel earrings. And Shane goes, "I love those Chanel earrings." Was he thinking that they would go good with his pink top?
Oh, God.
You know what? You better shut up.
My wife commented on that.
Yeah,
My wife commented on that. She's like,
you like
Chanel earrings?
Now, wait a minute.
That was so weird.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I like Chanel earrings too, but for my niece. I'm leaving like that.
I think he liked them because he thought they would go well with his pink top. Do you think that Shane is? Do you think that Shane?
Go ahead. You gotta go. Just come on.
No, I'm done with that. I'm done with that line of questioning. Do you think that Shane has got a little bit of HOH-itis here? He's won 3 POBs in a row. He's won HOH, and he thinks that he's going to walk through this game now.
I don't think he thinks he's going to walk through the game. I do think he thinks he can always win, but you know as well as I do, he's not going to always win. Even if you win 9 out of 10, there'll be that last one you don't win, and that's when you'll go home.
And I also think, too, he's getting too high up on himself as far as, like you said, he's winning a lot of competitions, okay, but look at who he's playing against.
Oh, this is what I was going to say. Thank you. Thank you.
I ain't trying to be funny. I'm not saying,
please tell me.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I may not be the most strong or whatever, but I'm gonna give you my all. But trust me when I tell you, you gotta look at the competition. Look at the competition you got, and everybody's talking about, oh, he's winning more than James Ryan or whatever. You know what? I'm not saying they're bad in the competition, but I'm just saying, when he's going through these competitions with the competitors that he's up against, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Who he's going up against each time he's going through these competitions.
Yeah. And you know what? It's only going to get worse because what the fans don't understand is when there are 14 people in a house and all 14 people are playing in a competition, that's when the real players, come out and you see who's going to win. But when you get down to the final 6 or 7 or 8, someone has to win it. So it's harder to win the early on comps than it is later.
Okay, now we got Shane like Go ahead.
I'm not knocking the competition that he has, but I look at my season. We had Dick. Just talk about just the competition that we had. You had a lot of competitors.
You had Rachel, you had Danielle, you even had Kalia hanging in there for a lot of those competitions.
Look,
you had Jeff.
We had.
Let's not talk about Adam. You had Brendan.
Yeah. Come on.
Now, who do you have? You had Jojo, who was terrible. You had Jody, who was terrible. You have Will, who's terrible.
Ian.
You have Ashley. Ian. You have Ian, that's terrible. You have Ashley, that's terrible. You have Danielle, that's terrible. Who's left? Frank and Shane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You give Frank
and
out there, of course,
do well.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's going to happen when Frank goes home this week? Is that still the plan, Ronnie? I know that you're. I've been on vacation, so I haven't been all up on the feeds. So Frank goes home tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Frank goes home tomorrow. Who's the only one that's left that's at any kind of competition at all?
Of the newbies, Shane.
Shane, very good.
Well,
now,
Shane. That's what I'm saying. You have Shane.
Shane's left, and then
you have 4 coaches coming into the game tomorrow.
Exactly.
After a 4-week, 5 eviction pass, you have the 4, and you have these 4 coming in. The only person they have to get rid of is Shane, which will probably happen next week or the week after, and then they got each other. They got each other is all they have left.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this season is really. Does anybody like this season? Do you like this season, Ronnie?
Well, here's the thing about it. You know, this season's weird for me because season 12, you both were in the house, and Luan, you're going through this year. You may or may not be going through what I went through during 12. The first season after your season, after my season, it was a little too close. I still liked it, but I had mixed emotions over it. Last season was, hard knowing Danielle and knowing Dick and knowing Jeff and Jordan. It was kind of weird watching that. But this is the first season I'm like detached. I'm able to objectively just watch.
Stop
you didn't
playing.
answer me, motherfucker. Do you like it or not?
Okay, here's the thing about it. I like some of the new characters they put on there. I do like that. Do I like that after Willie gone, the drama's gone? No, I don't like that because I watch for drama. I watch for chaos.
Yes.
That's what I watch.
Well, then you liked having Rachel in their last 2 seasons.
Yes, I did.
Well, like I said, what most fans I talk to on the street, they always tell me there's not enough drama on there now. I'm just telling you. That's what they tell me. They tell me there's not enough drama. Not only that, they also say, like you might. I'm like, I'm waiting for something to happen. And like I think for me, I know it's going to happen with Janelle. I just have a feeling that that's going to break the ice for this season because she's going to snap. She's going to snap. And that's when the drama's going to start. But, like I said again, I'm biased. Our drama started with the newbies and with the dads, and then it just kept going. And now
and Dick? By the way, Dick, I have pent-up disappointment from where you left because I was praying to the unholy gods of BB. I wanted to see you go off on Brendan and Rachel. I wanted to see it happen.
See?
Everyone did, and the truth of the matter is this. Jeff said boo to Rachel. She ran into the bushes and cried for a half an hour. I would have teed off on Rachel. She would have committed suicide on the live feeds. Okay? Plain and simple, that's what would have happened. There's another one that people don't... No one has come to me and said, that this would have happened. But the truth of the matter is, there would have been a point last season where I would have gotten into it with Jeff. Just because his ego is massive and my ego is massive. And he doesn't know how to play the game, and I do know how to play the game. And I wouldn't have put up with very much of his shit. And plus, Jordan's a very nice girl, but Jordan's just stupid. I'm really sorry. And at one point or another, I would have said something about Jordan being stupid.
You played strategically. Jeff and Jordan played personally. That's why they wanted rid of me our season, because what I did to them, when any idiot in that house would have kept me, because there's no way in hell I was winning.
Thank you, Ronnie. High five. Ronnie, high five. Let's high five on that. High five.
Okay. So I even wrote down here that I think that Shane might actually break all POV records because this cast of new people is the worst ever. But
he's already
all of
won
that's going to
3,
change on
so
he's already
3 in a row.
What's the most, Dick? What's the most that someone's won, Dick?
I think 5. The number is 6. That Janelle. It's 5. Are you sure? I thought it was 6
Janelle,
with Danielle and Janelle have it tied.
Okay.
Ronnie's looking it up as we speak.
I am.
Okay.
Let's find out. Hang on.
Let me know.
Because I know a site that has that.
I mean, like I said, I'm basing it on his competition. He don't have no Jeffs. He doesn't have any Dick in the house.
All of that will change come on Thursday when Janelle goes into a player mode, when Boogie goes into player mode, when Dan goes into throwing competitions left and right because she's stuck in will mode.
Can we just, as you saying that, what's up with that? Now, I'm a Big Brother fan, and I stopped watching sometime, But do you actually throw competitions, Dick? Seriously, like, why would you keep throwing competitions?
Because Dan thinks that he can throw as many as he wants to, and that he can win when he has to. And just because he pulled that shit off in his season doesn't mean it's going to happen again. And we saw that in the last competition when Dan was, and he couldn't beat Janelle with the tongue. Dan's strategy is completely flawed, and I don't see him going anywhere. I think this is the season of Janelle, and I think this season is very, very, very unfair. And the people that are watching, I don't want to beat a dead horse, because I have said this. Matter of fact, the last episode was basically focused on this. But this is happening right now, and this is the most unfair season ever, by giving 3 of the best players that's ever played the game a 4-week, 5 eviction pass before.
You don't think Brittany's a good player?
No, she's horrible. And how did you know I was talking about Brittany?
He is so funny. I love it.
And it was 5. It's Danielle and Janelle tied with 5 POVs.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. I knew it was those 2 tied. And then James Ryan had a good run. I think he won 4, and then he actually helped Sarah. He helped Sarah win 1 because they let people work together, and he helped Sarah win 1 basically for him. James Ryan is up there as well. But James Ryan was more along the lines of a Crazy James, where they wanted to send him home every week. Well, who are you talking about? James Ryan?
I mean, he was with all athletes.
He was with Janelle.
Thank you.
He was with he was with Yvette.
Howie.
He was with who the hell was
Howie.
He was with a lot of competitors that season. This season, there's just not the competitors. There's just not. So I think that if this was a regular season, Shane could probably win the season out just by winning POVs. I mean, really. Because these people are terrible. I mean, this competition tonight wasn't a hard competition. This was just a matter of timing. Am I right or am I wrong? Not a matter of strength, not a matter of smarts, not a matter of nothing. It's rolling a basketball at one side, rolling a basketball up the other, and even Ashley, the idiot, was the last one.
And did you notice what Shane was doing? Shane was doing something in particular that no one else did that I think single-handedly got him the victory. He was grabbing the ball and stopping it and then looking and then throwing it. That's what got him the win.
That.
I caught that too, man. I was like, I caught that. Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like when you're doing those competitions, you take a look over and you see what other people are doing. And you copy the ones that it's working for. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what it is. So these people are stupid on top of it. So I think that, you get Janelle and Boogie in there. And honestly, I think once that they're in there doing these competitions, I don't think anybody's going to have a chance. But Janelle and Boogie are going to win this fucking thing out. I don't know if Dan sneak in there.
Yeah. I'm calling it right here, right now. The final 2 is going to be Janelle and Boogie. Watch.
No, I say Janelle and Ashley.
Okay. We're going to come back on the show, Dick, and we're going to talk about it, Ryan.
Okay.
I think there's going to be a lot of people that the players are going to take each other out early. I think you're going to be left with I think a coach is definitely going to win. I think it's going to be. I think Janelle's going to get her first win. To be honest with you, and I think she's going to end up.
This is her season.
Boogie's going to do something that people are going to turn against him. Nobody trusts Dan. Nobody trusts Dan. I even had a talk with Eric Stein from my season over here in Celebration, Florida, for this charity event, and Eric was like, listening to Dan is like talking to a used car salesman. You don't believe a fucking word he says, and you tune him out within 2 minutes of the conversation. And that's what everyone is doing this season with Dan.
So I have a hypothetical situation I want to throw at you guys and get your responses to. So since we're going to go ahead and say the coaches are coming in, we all know it's happening. So with the numbers, after this week's eviction, 2 more people won't make jury. So with Boogie saying he's so great, what happens when, after Frank goes home this week, what if Boogie goes home next week?
I think it would be hilarious. And I'd actually like to see Dan go home before Boogie, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's just, I don't...
But it depends.
Do you think they're going to bring some players back, Dick? Do you think they're going to bring some players back?
No. They got too many in there already with the 4 coaches.
Yeah, if the coaches come in, that's what I say.
They got to do at least 1 double eviction. They might actually have to do 2 double evictions, depending on how it goes. But I think that's how it's going to go, is with 2 double evictions. And it would be interesting to see the next. Well, it can't happen tomorrow because tomorrow's got to be an endurance HOH. We're how many weeks into this?
That's my thing too. It's so funny you say that, Dick. I kind of like, from talking to you and talking to other people, I kind of know, like, okay, this is going to be an endurance competition. This is going to be this. And see, these newbies don't know that. They're not thinking like that. You know?
And you know what's really weird is Janelle told Brittany.
It doesn't help you knowing what kind of competition it is.
I know.
But Janelle told Brittany on the feed today that she needs to win HOH. That Janelle told Brittany that Brittany needs to win HOH on Thursday.
Or what? She's going home?
I don't know. That's just what she said. And Brittany goes, "You think so?" And Janelle said, "Yeah, if you need to win HOH on Thursday to keep us all safe." I thought it was kind of odd.
I don't know.
Because I think Janelle's going to win it. I do.
I just don't like her.
I'm just telling you. I'm just keeping it 100. I think this is a Janelle season. Janelle's going to win. And I just think that's basically it. I just think that she's going to win.
Yep.
I do.
Let me ask both of you a question. Do you think that this is even a real vote for America to decide if the coaches go back in the game, or this is all bullshit? It's been decided 6 months ago, and all these people are wasting their 99 cents per text message and handing CBS over, thousands of dollars more for free.
In my opinion, as me looking at it as a viewer and a fan, and also as from me being on the last season, they're going to let the coaches come in. We already know that.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
And I just feel like... Go ahead,
it's every bit as real a vote as the coup d'etat.
So you're calling bullshit as well.
Well, what I'm saying is, I don't think what the fans don't understand is, I don't think the results of the votes even really matter. And by that I don't mean...
Yeah.
It's not so much bullshit as it's a guiding tool to know how America feels. That's what I feel.
Exactly. It's a guiding tool to let us know how do we think America's going to feel if we don't let them go, or if we do let them go. If they say no, which some probably will say, we don't want to see last season, we don't want them to be here. Well, guess what? We already got that covered. We're going to put them in here anyway. Go.
I have said since day one, there's absolutely zero point in having the coaches in that house without them coming into the game. The juice just isn't worth the squeeze of putting them in there when they're not going to get to do things directly themselves.
Exactly.
But it's so unfair. It's so unfair.
Because I'm going to tell you.
But how is the coup d'etat was unfair, just giving Jeff
but
that?
No,
I mean,
Ryan, you got to think about it. But yeah.
But dude, this is 3 of the greatest players to play the game. They don't need a 4-week, 5 eviction pass.
No, I agree with you there.
I keep saying 4-week, 5 eviction pass because Jody went home the first week.
Okay.
4 weeks, 5 evictions. With Jody going home the first day,
right.
Then you had this next one, Kara. Frank being gone, will be 5 evictions. Well, you had Willie, Kara, who else? Jojo.
And now Frank's going to be gone.
And Frank will go.
Jojo, which everyone swears she's in Sequester. Everyone swears that she's in Sequester.
Well, I don't
know what the fuck she's going to do back in Sequester. Who else is Kara in Sequester?
Well, I think they are, and I'll tell you why. I've said this. Again, this is just my opinion. I think they're in Sequester as a safety net to see how this goes, because they have options. If I were producing a show, I'd do it that way, just so you had options.
Well, listen, they kept Keith in Sequester for 5 weeks.
Thank you!
Even though they knew goddamn well that he had no shot at coming back on the show whatsoever. Right. They kept him in Sequester. Why? They gotta pay him anyway. What is it, $750 a week? What is that to them? It's not shit. They brought Tori Spelling back. I bet you they paid her $50,000 for that fucking episode.
Probably.
The one's looking very confused on that one. Yeah, what the fuck is Tori Spelling gonna come back on any? Yeah, well, what the hell is he gonna come? She's gonna come on any show and make an appearance for? I mean, she owns that gigantic, biggest mansion in Beverly Hills. Did they sell that? The Aaron Spelling mansion? I mean, that was like, that's ridiculous. What the fuck does she need to go on Big Brother for? Because, some fat guy that likes bacon keeps talking about her. And like, she's gonna go, oh, I love that guy. I'm gonna go on there and say hi to him. No. She's like, how much, bitch? So.
Right.
Oh, okay. We gotta talk about Spin the Bottle.
Oh!
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. Let's let LaJuan start. Go.
Whoever told them we have to have some action going on this show because you guys are not doing nothing, let's play Spin the Bottle. And let me tell you, I didn't like that because I'm gonna tell you something. Action speaks louder than words. You can tell people what to say or what to do as long as you want to. If your body language says something different, trust me, Big Brother fans, the real fans, which are the majority, they can see phony and fake. And let me tell you something. When everybody's like, oh, Shane's gonna continue, woo! Guess what? That body language did not look like, hey, I'm gonna kiss her, and guess what? We can get down to the brown, whatever. That was just.
I wanted to see Jen and Will spinning the bottle and who they had to kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that would have been comfortable is if they kissed each other, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody got very quiet there. And I'm not saying because they're gay. I'm saying because Jen is like, Jen has been invisible. She's been invisible. Was she even on this episode?
Until she had the gay story, which I found was so. I just think that was just so wrong. Not wrong, but it's like, well, let's introduce America to her now. I'm like, okay, she's been here for how long now? 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, we haven't heard her realize she wasn't going anywhere.
Right. We haven't talked about her about game. We haven't put the camera on her at all about when she wakes up in the morning. I mean, it's like, okay, well, who was this? I was like, oh, wow. I didn't even know she was gay. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know until I saw that.
Well, I don't even care. I thought that this chick was
didn't care. The point I'm trying to say is
this chick was she was in a hard rock band called Kitty.
Right.
They were small, but they were big enough that I heard of them. I've listened to their records, and I expected something from this chick. And what did I get? Nothing. I got nothing. Mm-hmm. Really? Everybody's like, this chick is I got 50. Once they did the reveal of the pictures, I literally got like thousands of people on Twitter and Facebook. They're saying, oh, this chick is the next evil dick. My fucking balls. She's not the next anything. She's the next fucking boring bitch. No, I got like so many. Maybe because of the black and red hair. But this chick is a fucking bore. She's representing lesbians. She's representing Latinos. She's representing the fucking boring ass motherfuckers of the world in there. She's representing the Adams of the world. She's playing Adam's game. And she's a bore.
Yes, she is.
But you know what, though? It's sad. It is sad to say for Big Brother players, she's going to go far. Trust me. I mean, because we don't know that about her. We don't.
She's going to go far because she's going to be easy to cut loose at the end. They can beat her at any time they want. She sucks. And I'm going over most of my notes and about everything that we got covered here. What about the fact that Brittany blamed Ian for putting Frank up by that little? What did Ian say? He wouldn't say no. We're not going to put him up.
He didn't.
This is a Ronnie question. Ian is Ronnie's boy. So
here's the thing about it. Ian said not in the foreseeable future, which reminded me so much of my catchphrase. I said my season that pissed Casey off. Because my season, how I got out of all of my lies with everyone, was you said you wouldn't do this. I said, but some new information came to light that made me change my mind. And that's the same kind of human resource bullshit. Not in the foreseeable future, considering all of my options at this time. You know?
Yeah, would it have been better for him just to out and out lie?
Yes. In that case, yes. He wasn't going to...
Now, Frank even said that Boogie, he hasn't talked to Boogie about it, so, Boogie didn't have his hand in his back and told him to say yes or no, so he couldn't say either one.
Ian doesn't need to win shit. Ian's not going to win shit. Ian should have just said, no, I'm not voting out Frank. No.
He sure should have. Because I feel like that, too. I'm with you, Ronnie. I said Ian could go far. Excuse me, but I said, they're like, oh, well, I don't know what's happening with Ian because, he's kind of like, when Brittany went up to Shane, he's like, I don't know, I kind of feel like, he might not vote with us. Or he's like, well, I just don't trust Boogie. Well, first of all, y'all better start looking at Ian because I'm telling you, they're sleeping on Ian. I really do. Yeah. I think they're sleeping on Ian.
And here's the thing about it. If the coaches, well, not if/when the coaches come in tomorrow, if Brittany, Janelle, whatever, if they win HOH, don't be shocked when we see an Ian and Boogie nomination sitting next to each other.
Thank you. Oh, of course. Oh, yeah.
I think it would be hilarious. And I want to see, the look on Boogie's face when he walks out the door. So what do you think about Frank as the replacement nominee? Everybody, okay, let's just, one thing we do have retarded Big Brother fans. This is not a backdoor. Stop saying it's a backdoor.
Yeah.
Frank
why did I say that? I was going to ask you and Ryan, why y'all say it's a backdoor? It's not a
backdoor unless he doesn't play in the POV. He played in the POV. Okay. He had the opportunity to play in the POV. He played in the POV.
Just lost.
He's lost the POV. All he is the replacement nominee. That's it. He's not being backdoored. None of the. He's just a replacement. And he's going to end up going home. And the coaches should be high-fiving each other. And they should go in the back room and go, woo-hoo-hoo! Your Frank's going home!
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. If Frank goes home tomorrow, which we more than likely know he's...
Yeah.
I don't even know how it's going to be this season. Because I just, like you said, it's going to be Shane left, and they're going to bring in
against four coaches.
Yeah. That's it. It's going to be Shane against four coaches.
But you know what,
this season has gone downhill so fast. Go ahead.
The four coaches coming in, though, is a potentially amazing thing because but listen, it could potentially make Jen quit floating. If Jen feels she's going to be targeted, bitch better stop floating.
That's true. But I mean, come on, Ronnie, he has had no TV time.
We're going to wrap this up, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask both of you. Do you think that there's any potential whatsoever? Is there a chance in hell that these new people let the coaches come in? They all say, "Fuck these guys. We got to align with each other against them and get them out." Is there any chance in hell, or are you going to have? You're going to have Ian staying with Boogie, and you're going to have Janelle, Will staying with this one, and Danielle staying with Dan, and the coach is just fucking them all over.
Only if Will wins HOH on Thursday.
Which I think the chance of that is slim to nil.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say this.
Will hates it enough. Will hates this twist enough. He said so in the feeds that if he wins HOH Thursday, he would be the only one who would make a stand and say, "I'm going to send an example."
You think that he would put two of them up?
Yes,
I do.
I think he'd have the guts to do it. I do. Yes.
Wow.
I think
I would be shocked.
Yeah.
You think Will put Boogie and Dan up?
It'd be Janelle and Dan.
You think so, really?
He hates.
If he does that, I'm gonna tell you something. If he does that, he's a beast. If that does happen, he does that, he'll be a beast.
If anyone's going to do it, it'll be him. No one else has the guts to do it.
Wow.
I think that would make it, and that would make it interesting to see, and then put Boogie up as the replacement. I think that this would be it.
Yes.
That could re-interest me in the season, but I don't see it happening. I see a Boogie HOH or a Janelle HOH.
Yes.
And I see everybody getting picked off one by one, and I think it's going to be a pathetic season. And I just, I don't know.
And then it's going to be in the same situation as your season, Lawan. When the next two after tomorrow is evicted, and 4 of the jury is the coaches are going to decide who wins.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. All right, boys. I want to thank you for joining me this evening. We're going to wrap this up as I'm wrapping up my vacation. I leave here in a couple of days. Hopefully we'll have something interesting happen tomorrow with the HOH, since everybody already knows what's happening with the eviction. All I'm looking forward to on Thursdays is the HOH anymore. Here's my fingers crossed for hopefully, please God, an interesting rest of the season, because I'm already bored with this season and I really don't like it. So thank you both for joining me this evening. I do appreciate it. Lawan, it's always great talking to you. Ronnie, it's always great having you. And you have to come back with us for another panel there, both of you guys. All right, cool. All right, you guys, thank you very much. And,
all right.
Wow, that's it.
later.